Alright, so this is a brand new piece of paper, so what I need to do is, of course, write my name. So I'm going to write Miss M. Don't you write Miss M, you write your name. And bonus points if you write your class code. Once you have both of those things, we're going to flip our paper over. So now our name and class code are on the back. And I have my texture tools here, and I have some paint in some squirt bottles, okay? If you don't have any paint, then you could actually use markers, you could use oil pastels, you could use crayons to create this textured paper, whatever you guys have at home. If you're in my face-to-face classes, then the first thing that's going to happen after you write your name and your class code, Miss M is going to come around with some squirt bottles, and she's just going to squirt paint right onto your paper. And the first two colors that you're going to get are brown and white, okay? And you can go ahead and start using your different texture tools. I just have a toothbrush, a fork, a popsicle stick, a sponge, and an actual texture tool here to create my textures, okay? So I'm gonna first come around with brown and white. Ooh, look at that. And you can go ahead and start playing around with your texture tools. And then I will come around with a couple of other different colors, okay? And with your brown and your white, you can choose one other color. Can you have brown, white, blue, and green? No, that's 4 colors, right? And you can only have 3 colors. Everybody's gonna have brown and white, and then you get to choose one extra color to add to your texture paper, okay? And whenever Miss M comes around with her colors, you can tell her which one you want. And I'm gonna do this bright highlighter orange because I think that'll look really cool. And she's just gonna start squirting some more paint onto your paper, just like that. And what happens whenever you add a color, a rainbow color, to brown? What happens? What kind of tone does it make? Yeah, it makes an earth tone, okay? So last week we experimented with a bunch of different earth tones. Now we're experimenting with texture and just one earth tone, because remember, you only get one rainbow color this week to add to your brown. All right, I'm getting a little tired of that tool, so I'm gonna switch to my toothbrush and see what kind of texture that can make. Ooh, that makes kind of like a soft, fuzzier texture. As you can see, I am going all the way to the edges of my paper. That's why a messy mat is really good, because we can just go right off the side of the messy mat. We don't have to worry about the paint getting on our table, because it's just going to go on the messy mat. But we want to make sure all those white spaces are covered up, and you can draw into this with your fork. There are so many different things that you can do for this piece of paper. Today is all about experimenting with different tools and textures that you can make using just paint and a few different simple tools. If at any point you need more white or more brown or more of your one rainbow color, then please just raise your hand and Miss M will come and bring you what you need. But remember to be patient, because there's only one of me and a lot of you guys, so I can only help one person at a time. So just make sure that you're being patient with me, and I will get to you as soon as I possibly can, okay? Just make sure your hand is way up high in the air so that I can see it. I think my white here is a little stuffed. Hello, white, what happened to you? I think it's clogged up. Hang on one second. Let's clean my nozzle out, so let's see if that works. Ah, yes, there we go. So like I was saying, if you need more paint, then just raise your hand and be patient, and I will bring it as soon as I possibly can, okay? And we are going to be cutting this piece of paper up into little tiny strips. So just remember that while you're working. The main point is that we can see that beautiful earth tone, and we can see a lot of different textures. You know what? I think I am happy with this just as it is. I don't want to blend my colors too much together because I like being able to see some white areas. I like to be able to see some darker areas and maybe some areas that have more of my orange in than others, because that gives my artwork a lot of variety. That means a lot of different things are going on in my artwork to make it more interesting. So try to also remember that while you are creating your texture paper. Try not to make it all exactly the same across the paper. Maybe you want some lighter areas, maybe you want some darker areas, or some more colorful areas. That's totally up to you. Also, we don't want to go over the same area too many times because then our paper might start to rip or get really fragile, so we just need to be really careful about that. Happy with how mine looks right now, so I'm just going to stop right here, but you can keep going until you figure out and find what you like best and what you want your texture paper to look like. I hope you guys have a lot of fun experimenting with all your different texture tools and painting this beautiful piece of paper. I can't wait to see how yours turn out. I know they're going to be amazing because you guys are amazing. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.